Alright, hey YouTube, today we're going to be taking a look at this rack that I got from midfloridadisplays.com. This is just going to be a general unboxing video. This is going to be like a kind of a three-part video turned into one. One's going to be the unboxing, two, I'm going to set up a time-lapse video of me putting it together, and three, we're going to talk about the rack when it's assembled, give you guys a quick look, and I'll share my thoughts. And in about a month, I'm going to do another review on the rack to see how I like it. So, we're going to open up the box. I got this one in white. This is for the Freedom Breeder tubs. Pull this a little bit here. Here are legs, I presume. We have 6 of these. 1, 2, 4, 6. Okay, and we're left with shelves. Okay, so we probably have 6 shelves here. Well, 7 including the top. 1, 2, there's 4. There is 7. Okay, we can see they're all pre-routed for the one is for your heat tape to sit on here, and it looks like he put channels, the company, I'm saying he because I personally know him, put the channels for your temperature probe on all the shelves, so you can pick where about you want the temperature probe. And we have some instructions, it looks like. Yep. Looks like we have some instructions. Yep. And you can see their name there. That's them. So we're going to put those over with the legs. And it looks like we have just some empty packing stuff. Looks like we have our screws. So here's the screws. And we have our heat tape. So I'm going to set up a time-lapse video here. I'm going to look over the instructions real quick. I'm going to set up a time-lapse video, and I'm going to build it, and then we'll talk about what I like about it, and a few other talking points, and we'll end it there. Alright guys, so stay tuned for the next part. here's the rack built. It's done, wired in with heat tape. So my thoughts on this rack are, you know what, it's a really nice rack. Mark did a really good job with it. Although I don't have any tubs in it yet, the quality is there. I personally think that the way he cut these legs is just fantastic. The idea is that these bottom ones go towards the ground, and you see how there's that indent there. You can stack another rack, obviously same style, on top of this, which I think is just great. The heat tape is great. I know I was talking with Mark about it, and he said that the biggest change that they made was actually combining the heat tape for one plug. So this one has 6 sections of heat tape that's been wired together, as you can tell. Let's go down to my shelf so you guys can see, on one plug, which is really nice. That way you can have multiple racks on a thermostat without worrying about, you know, multiple plugs and stuff like that. One thing that I do think that he could improve on is cutting a channel for these wires right where this back piece with this here goes on. I wish you would have cut a channel right in the shelf, so then these wires can get tucked behind or into the shelf instead of being pinched, because when you put the backing on, there's no two ways around it. You have to pinch these wires when you put the backing on. If you can see right there at the back, unless I've done something wrong, but I don't believe I have. As for the instructions, again, they are, you know, standard instructions. They're pretty good. I'd say the most confusing part about the instructions was just trying to understand them and what exactly they were talking about. But I did figure it out. So basically, if you're building one of these racks, your longer screws, they call this the front of the rack. Okay, so your longer screws are going all the way down on the left side of the front and all the way down on the right side of the front. Okay, and then your longer screws are also going this side, so towards the back on this side, and then your shorter ones are going here, and same thing as on this side. Long there, short there, and then if we rotate the rack, your short are going on this side, and your long on this side. Long, short. I would say that the instructions could do a bit better of a job of explaining that, but I wouldn't say that, you know, they're a deal breaker. You would figure it out one way or the other, and I know that Mark and his team are good at responding back to messages. What I do really like about this rack also is that the heat tape actually has sticky tape underneath it, and then the heat tape on the back is actually abrasive, so then it actually has a fighting chance to stick to the channel that he routed out for the heat tape, which I also think is a really nice touch. I also like the fact that he cut channels for your probe from your thermostat on 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves, which I think is great. So then you have an option to put your probe wherever in this rack of the 4 shelves. The other 3 shelves, one is a strictly top. It doesn't have any channels cut for the heat tape or anything like that, so you can't get that part wrong. The other 3 though do not have channels. They're smooth back, as you can tell. Let's show you from this side. They're smooth back as you get down more, which again, perfectly fine. A lot of the times, actually, most rack manufacturers won't even do 4 shelves. They'll do 1 shelf, and if you end up putting the middle shelf, well, what you want to be the middle shelf with the channel in the wrong spot, and you finish this rack and you realize that it's at the top and not towards the middle or wherever you want it, you end up having to take the whole rack apart, which is not fun. Especially when you're running heat tape or a long piece of heat tape like the VE ones, taking the time to channel it through and then realizing that you put the probe, or you put your channeled piece in the wrong spot. I like this hybrid style of the backing. I think it's great. If something were to happen, whether the probe were to give out or something like that, you're not stuck, having to take off the back. You can simply just unplug this, turn the rack around, or gain access to the back, and you can replace that probe. Fairly simple. I really like that aspect of it. Overall, I'd give this rack a solid 9 out of 10. The one point that, like as I've mentioned before, the one point I wish he did was cut the channel in the back, so then you weren't pinching the wires. But again, that's just me being nitpicky. So yeah, I would definitely buy another one of these any day of the week. Building them, once you understand what you're doing, building them is super easy. They're really nice. They're extremely light, and yeah, they're a good quality. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys like this series that I have going on, and stay tuned for more videos.